Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. I think temperature's going to get down cold in the next few days. Took a hiatus. I hope everybody had a good Christmas holiday and a wonderful New Year. Man, been watching what's going on. Coffee on, coffee strong. In the nation, man, what? The other day we had a lady that was shot and unlicensed by ICE agent. A vehicle can be considered a deadly, lethal weapon if used in a certain way, and it was. The officer was justified in the shooting. I don't care what you say. The law's the law. I got the law books in the house. I can show you the exact law. The officer can defend himself with the use of a firearm. And the ones that cry murder, I'll tell you this. I'll stand you in the middle of the road. I'll give you a loaded 9mm. Okay? I'm going to fly up to you with my truck wide open, intending to flatten your tail. What you going to do? You can't. There's nowhere to go. I'm going to put you in a position where you can't just get out the way. There's nowhere to go. What you going to do? All right, I'll leave it at that. Anyway, all these protests is going on. Guys, these people are paid to protest. Everybody works a job. You got to have a job to make a living. Everybody works. I'm not going out there protesting stupid, crazy mess. Especially, if I'm working. Who has the time for all that? The people that are being paid to do it, man. They get to those locations on buses. How many people when something happens, he goes and gets the president of Venezuela, and then a day later they're out protesting with professionally printed signs and everything real fancy looking, and who has time to do that? They organize, man. Everything that Trump does, it's all because they don't like Trump. I'll tell you this, first and foremost, I'm independent, okay? I'm independent. And what I'm seeing seems like the law has changed to a double standard, whereas everybody, with the exception of the Democrat leftist party, has to follow the rule of law. The law of the land is the law of the land. I got to obey the laws, but you don't. Or you make up your own stuff as you go along. I'm going to do this, but it's self-defense. If it was Joe Biden that was getting rid of all these illegals or what have you, you wouldn't say a word. Nobody would say a thing. That's the problem. It's because you don't like Donald Trump. I'm neither here nor there with that situation, But he's the president, and it is what it is. But it'll change one day, man. It'll change. We're in a world now where the younger generation coming up, spoiled rotten and entitlement, they've never seen danger. They don't know. They just think it's okay to do what they do. And this woman that was shot, she'd been gaslit so much. She was part of an organization that they came together to go disrupt ICE every chance they get. That's true. They were training her to do that, and these billionaires using their money to pay these people to do that. So they gaslit her so much into thinking, I can do what I want to do. I'm going to run this officer over. And, unfortunately, everybody knows what happened. But all those cities like that, if you if you want illegal so much, okay, gather them all up, put them all in Minneapolis, put them all in Chicago, put them all in California, put a big fence around them, okay? Let them take all your SNAP, all your medical, and all your housing, because the projects will be the first thing they take over, okay? All you people crying about, your homes are getting ready to be taken from you, your SNAP, your medical, and all of that. No argument, I'm just telling you. So gather them all up and put them all in the area y'all want them at and see what happens. So, and the crime sprees, people going on, all these unlifing people for no reason, and then they cry they have mental issues. I've told you that in other videos about mental issues. You know, there was one that went crazy the other day down in Florida, and he was just walking through the neighborhood, just randomly shooting, and he shot and unlived somebody that was doing yard work in his front yard. And it's ridiculous. He even unlived a man that was behind a strip mall, sleeping in his car. The man was just asleep, not bothering nobody. He walked by and shot the man, unlived him, and blame it on mental issues. There was a news feed I saw last night about some clown that they were looking for warrants. The officer stopped him, and he approached the rear passenger side door where the back door was open. The guy tried to run him over. He opened the door and jumped inside. Was in the back seat. The fool was going down the road 90 miles an hour with an officer in the back seat with a gun. They eventually got him into custody, but it makes you wonder sometime, man. What is going on with people? But I've been busy writing and producing my own music and stuff. That's just something I like to do. I more so want to be an artist more than be famous, you know. It's something I've done that all my life, and I'm over 50, so the chances of getting a record deal by a major label, you know, that's... So I just started my own label, doing my own thing, and the road thing, I got to put a road band together and get out and play some, if that's what I want to do. I hadn't made my mind up yet. I live probably about 20 miles away from the gentleman that was on The Voice, Rob Cole. He's about 20 miles away from me. You know, I support him, you know, and I hope him all that success in the world. And I think he's in his 30s, 40s, somewhere around there. But I just never wanted to go mainstream. It's something I enjoy doing. But man, I tell you, if you like what you see in here, man, hit like and subscribe. Check out my man Steve. Trying to think of what his channel is, the Dynamic Reasoning channel. Check him out, man. He's good. He's got some of the best news feeds, true news feeds of the craziness of the crimes and stuff going on. So I'm gonna let him do all the crime stuff. I started doing it, and I said he does a better job. So that's Steve at the Dynamic Reasoning channel. Check him out. He has a live feed every Friday evening where he goes on there and does a live stuff. So, and he's pretty good, man. And check out my man Big Ward, truck driver. He's got some good advice, man. What he says is true. You may not agree with a lot of stuff, but you know, you can't argue with the truth. And that's the thing. These people nowadays, especially young people, they don't want to hear the truth as what it is. They just don't want to hear it all the time, you know. So keep it between the dishes, y'all. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you the next time. Shine, yeah, and things that make you go, ooh.